All right. How did you guys first meet?
We met at a website, christiancafe.com.
ChristianCafe.com.
Yes.
Okay. Now, who pursued who first? Did he email you or did you email?
He emailed me.
Okay. What did you think of when you first saw his picture or his photo?
Well, he put all those muscle pictures on the website, and I'm not into one like that. So, but I'm just talking to him like making friends.
Okay. So it's fair to say that you don't normally go for guys with bulging biceps, such as myself. Whoops, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. But you don't go for guys with super physiques and all that stuff. You're not superficial like that. What's your idea of a guy that you like? I mean, what type of guys do you go for as far as, well, let me explain to you like this. As far as looks are concerned on a guy, what normally attracts you?
Guy with a lot of smiles and humor.
So smiles and humor?
Yeah.
What about his physical looks?
Just standard.
Standard.
Yeah, as long as he looks healthy.
What's your idea of standard?
Not too fat, not too thin.
Like, what celebrity would you say is standard? Is Brad Pitt a little too pretty for you?
Brad Pitt is not my type.
Tom Cruise?
I don't know. Who's my...
Christian Bale?
He's kind of too thin, I guess.
Maybe for certain roles when he's losing
Yeah.
weight. Okay, so pretty much someone that's maybe roughly around 165 pounds. Now, do you prefer tall guys or do you prefer short guys?
I like taller guys.
Taller guys?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is it that short people like taller people?
It's just like, he's tall, it's like, cool.
And you can look up and kiss them. Okay. Now, I just want to ask you a couple of questions about race, if you don't mind. You know it's coming. Okay, now, I've noticed surfing, as well as other people on YouTube, that there's a lot of negative people on YouTube that have a very arrogant, racist, negative, and twisted perspective on interracial dating. Now, let me ask you a question, Fortune. What do you think of dating outside of your race? Do you think it's a good thing or do you think it's a bad thing and people should stay with their own race?
Well, I mean, I'm not like that. I mean, what should I say? Bobby.
Is it good to date outside your race or is it a bad thing?
Racism is everywhere. So, it's just, you cannot judge people by the race, whether he's good or he's bad. So it just depends. To me, everybody is the same. So, I mean, it's not like that he is white or he is Chinese or he is black, so he's gonna be to be judged by a certain thing what other people say. So, just depends on the person.
Does it anger you when you see people in your race, the Chinese race? Does it anger you when you see them judging people according to a darker skin tone? Does that upset you?
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't want to be so much bothered with what other people say, because I mean, racism is everywhere. It's just how it is. So I just know what I want and just enjoy what I have. So if people want to be thinking what they want to say, negative or being sarcastic or looking down on other people because of their skin color and everything, it's their problem.
Very good. Now, just for the record, where were you born?
I was
So you're born in Jakarta, Indonesia.
That's right.
Now that's predominantly a Muslim country, correct?
Yeah, Indonesia is the second biggest Muslim country in the world.
Now, how would you say that they treat non-Muslims over there? Is it a little bit biased, a little bit of racism going on? Because I know they had some race riots going on back in like 1996, I believe it was.
It's actually 1997.
Yeah. So, how would you rate the locals over there? I mean, I know you were born and raised in Indonesia and you love your country and everything. And there's a good aspects about your country as well as bad things. But since we're having a discussion, tell us a little bit about the racism over there. How do they treat Chinese people?
Well, it used to be like, well, it's everywhere, racism, like it happens, like it happens over here too. So, but you just have to, what do you say?
Well, tell us, how do they discriminate against Chinese people over there? Like, give us an example. Do they stick together on jobs? Do they try to jack up the price when you purchase stuff? Give us an example of racism in Indonesia.
Well, historically, because Chinese people over there, most of them are business persons, so they are known like being wealthy or having extra in their life compared to the local people. But it used to be like that. Nowadays, things change, and a lot of the native Indonesian also very good in their business and making money, and times has changed, the economy situation has changed, so everything's changed, and people are more open to each other, and the level of racism is not as bad as before. So nowadays, people are more mixing better than it used to be maybe in my parents' decade.
In your parents' day, describe some of their racism.
Well, maybe they treat you differently, like maybe if you go to the store or something, they charge you more, just like what you say, because they thought that we have more money and, we have like more ability to do certain stuff, but they make it harder when it comes to like doing paperwork, government paperwork.
I see. Okay. I just want to get a little taste of how you felt about certain racism, where you're from, before we deal with racism here in America. But we're not trying to make this a negative interview. But for people that don't know you, we want to take the time out to ask you some questions.
Sure.
Now, if you don't mind answering the question, how old are you? Or you don't want to answer that one?
I am 1976. I was born in 1976, so it's like 37, right? Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me. How old are you?
2013, right? Yeah.
Okay. If you don't know what year you're in, then perhaps you need...
No, it's not that. Sometimes I just forgot, so I have to calculate again how old am I.
Didn't you just have a birthday that we celebrated?
Yeah, I know. Well, usually after 30, you forget how old you are.
Okay. Now tell us a little bit about yourself. When you were back home in Jakarta, Indonesia, what did you take up in college? What did you study and major in?
I take a business or you call it economics or management.
Economic management?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a 4-year...
Yeah.
And then you got your degree, what, a BA? Is that what they call it?
You can say it like that.
Okay. Now, your parents. Talk to us a little bit about your parents. How do your parents feel about you being over here in America?
They miss me. That's why it's the hard part, I guess, being far away from your family.
Yeah, I know it can be a very rough thing. How long of a flight was it from Jakarta, Indonesia to America?
Well, it just depends on how many stops you take and, how long is the waiting time. For my last experience, it takes like about 26 or 28 hours to get here.
Wow, that's a long flight.
Yeah, 5 flights.
Now, this is your first time in America when you came over to meet your husband.
Yes.
When you first came to America, what were your thoughts?
What do you mean? What my thoughts?
What did you think? I want to say your persona or when you came to America, when you arrived, what did you think when you first stepped out of the plane?
I was thinking like, this is America. Finally, I reached here. So, but I mean, it's nothing like, it's just another place because. But I was like, the purpose of coming here is like looking forward to meet you. So, it's happy. I think. I mean, like. Yeah, happy and, like, what's next,
So, when you came to America and you started to eat the food, what did you think of the food? And the differences between perhaps Chinese food in Indonesia and eating Indonesian food in Indonesia as opposed to the American diet. What did you think when you ate American food? Did you like it?
I'm not saying that the food over here is not good. I mean, some foods are, it's according, I like it. It's like my taste too. But I do miss my food over back there. Like Indonesian food, Chinese food, all of those food over there. Because we are like enjoying food. I mean, food is like part of our life every day. I guess over here too. I'm just saying because over there you can find food at most of the streets. You can just buy food at the street and everywhere.
So you're saying it has more of a variety?
That too.
More of a variety because there's more shops and restaurants, correct?
Yes, that too. And and also the people over there. So we always like
gossiping.
Yeah. Hang out, always going to eat or just having fun, like just sitting around and eat and talk.
Now, when you first came here, when you ate the American food, what did you think of it? Did you like it?